Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
Welcome aboard Truly Expat Travel, where we're ditching the guidebooks, fastening our seatbelts and diving into real stories from travellers who have traded the ordinary for the extraordinary, proving the world really is too big to be left unexplored. Cabin crew, be seated and ready for takeoff. Thank you, Irene, so much for coming on. I'm so excited about you as a guest. And I tell you why. There's a little bit I should tell you about her, is that I met Irene a few months ago in a beautiful resort, which I'm sure she's going to talk about. And she is an Italian expat that's living in Langkawi. So welcome. And I'm so glad that you finally got to come on.
Thanks, Paula. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited as well. First, to see you again, and also to be a guest on your podcast. As I mentioned before, I never did anything in this way in my life, but I'm very excited to talk about Temple Tree and also about the beautiful island that I live in.
Excellent. So let's start from the beginning and talk about you. Who are you and how did you get to Langkawi? And let us know why Temple Tree is such an important part of our connection and how we got to know each other.
Okay, so this is a question that most of my guests asking every single day. Say, how are you ending up in Langkawi? We all want to know your story. So my story started about 10 years ago. I was working in Italy, in Maranello, very famous for the Ferrari factory.
Yep.
And someone offered me a job in Malaysia for a 1-year contract. So I decided to jump on this very different life.
Yeah.
And I left Italy and I flew to Malaysia, to a small island called Pankor Island.
Oh, okay.
Where I was living there for a year and I was working in a beautiful resort at the time. Then I moved to your country, your home country, to Australia for a couple of years, where I used to work in a very cool surfing spot for about 2.5 years. And after that, I decided to come back to Malaysia because Malaysia was something very important for me.
Mm-hmm.
I met very good friends and I always feeling more home in Malaysia than in other countries.
Yeah.
So I decided to come home, kind of second home in Langkawi, where a very good friend of mine used to work and live. And then I started searching for a new job and I get hired in a big company that I worked for a couple of years. And 2018, I came on board of Temple Tree Resort, where I'm still running the property until today, since that we met, basically.
Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit about Temple Tree? Because can I just say, I was there a couple of months ago and it is so different to anything that I've ever stayed in. It's just a beautiful, beautiful resort. And can you explain to people who are listening why it's so special?
Okay, sure. Well, as you mentioned, the property is very unique. It's one of the unique property, I would say, almost all over around Malaysia. We are boutique heritage resorts. In our property, we have 21 rooms, but our resort is not a classic resort. Our resort is building up by heritage houses. So all original houses from different states of Malaysia. They've been transporting here piece by piece and reassembled up together in about 2010. So the property is very unique because he's got a different character, a very nice soul. Because these houses, they've been transforming in rooms. They used to be local houses of local people. So they have a history behind and they have a lot of charm, let's say. And I will say every house is different. And so the characteristic of coming and stay with us is to get a very different experience, to learn something about Malaysian culture. Because this we highlighted to preserving the culture of Malaysia. Because these houses, they are between 90 to 130 years old. And when you travel around Malaysia, it's very difficult to see this kind of houses anymore. So the idea was to preserving the Malaysian heritage culture and give guests a different type of experience, more into the history of Malaysia and Malaysian people as well.
That's the thing that stood out to me more than anything, is that the history behind each house, and that every place that you stay in, or every accommodation that is chosen, is so different, and it's got such a beautiful feel to it. It's like coming home, like you open the Yeah, it's so beautiful. And the staff, and I'm not just saying it, but the staff were amazing. That pool is like a backdrop. Like, it's not a modern resort, but it's such great character that I guess that's also why I want you to come on here and talk about Templetree, because it's such a unique experience. That's why I wanted to talk to you about Langkawi as an island, because there's so much to do outside of the resort, but you don't want to sometimes, because there's so much to do in the resort. So what I'd like you to explain is what you can do in the resort, and then we'll talk about stuff that's outside the resort in Langkawi.
Okay, sure. Well, as you mentioned it, the resort is so beautiful. It's full of nature and a beautiful pool that you don't really need to go outside if you don't want to. But of course, the island of Langkawi is beautiful. It's beautiful nature side that definitely guests they should visit it. But while they are with us as well, we actually providing different kind of activities. We have a very nice cooking class done with our chef, where you can actually guests, they can immerse themselves to learn some very easy Malaysian dishes, but they can actually take home and with them the recipe and maybe trying back to their own country. Yeah. So it's became very popular because it's very accessible and is available every day, depending normally on timing side. And it's something that people actually like it to experience, because Malaysian, as Italy as well, they're very famous for food. Yeah. So it's something that you must try, right? So we have a lot of people very interesting on cooking class. Mm-hmm. We also providing a very nice batik class. As you know, Malaysia have a very big history of homemade batik. Mm-hmm. So it's something that we want to highlight into the customer that stay with us as a part of the heritage experience as well. Yeah. And then let's not forget about our spa. As you mentioned, we are a very small, a little boutique place, and we're running a very small, cute little spa. That is one of the most beautiful houses at the poolside, where we're providing a Malaysian massage, actually traditional as well. So as a part of the experience for our guests as well.
I can vouch for that. That was like the most amazing massage I've had in the most beautiful surroundings. So you're right. You can stay there all day. It doesn't matter if it's raining, it doesn't matter if the sun is out. There's so much to do. You can also do afternoon tea with traditional foods, Malaysian foods, which I just found so lovely. And the one thing I'd also want to mention is that if you have a big group, there are some options there to have big groups stay there. So the good thing about that place, or the thing that I found it quite interesting, is that if you want to go away for a big trip with family, there's so many options there that they could choose from to have their own kind of little home, can't they? Like their own house.
Yeah, exactly. They can actually book an entire house and make it their home for a vacation site. We do have quite a lot of family comes around, or group of friends as well, for a special birthday celebration. As you mentioned before, because we are very small and unique property, we have a lot of wedding as well. So our place is spectacular for weddings. So
I can
it's
see
something that we're actually working on it in the last few years as well. Because it's unique.
It's quite unique, because you've also got the restaurant, you've also got a bar. I mean, there's a lot of things there, and I remember coming in one night and there was a whole lot of people singing. What is that also about? Is that like a community thing? Or is that
our Paula restaurant and bar, as you mentioned it, is a very cool place. It's an outdoor spaces with patio and a lot of greenery. And we do have a few different entertainment with local artists as well every week. We normally do quite a lot of things with local, especially. We have a monthly pop-up market where we showcasing local people and the art, because they normally painting or they creating anything's very unique. Yeah. And we do this as supporting for local business, but also for charity event as well. So it's something interesting that we normally do with the restaurant side, but also with the resort side. And to be honest, you stay with us and our restaurant is fantastic. It's got so much choices of local food or Western food. All our products, they are fresh. They are homemade in here. We have a small bakery that we producing bread almost every day. We actually believe that the experience is supposed to be overall a full 100% experience for our customer when they stay with us, from the entrance of the property to the staff, to the amenities, to the food that is very important, to the drinks. We have a fantastic drinks they are making with Malaysian flavor as well. So we're creating all the time something new for our customer to try and to talk about it, especially because it's not that much the same in the island. So it's very difficult to find this particular type of cocktails or food as well.
So which leads me to the next question. If we talk about Langkawi, what are some of the foods that we must try when we're there?
In Langkawi, you definitely must try nasi lemak, because your breakfast should be started by nasi lemak. To be honest, I don't do this every day because, as you know, Italian doesn't eat rice for breakfast. But when you move to different country for a very long time, you take this as a part of your daily routine. So I love nasi lemak. So this is something that people should try. You can buy in so many local little stall around the island. And it's very popular and famous. You know, they're wrap it up in a banana leaf. Yeah. And you can just take it and eat it. It is very classic and simple. It's something that is part of the meal of Malaysian people every day. Yeah. Something that you should try, definitely. And then definitely you should try seafood, because as an island side, we have a lot of restaurants actually providing very great fresh fish. So, and seafood side is something very popular to have it around the island. Yeah. And of course, well, they have a very nice place to have roti canai. There is something that I very love normally, more than nasi lemak, to be honest, as a breakfast side, a bit more light. Yeah. And the island is full of little local shop that you can get very good food, great one, and with a lot of flavor and tastiness and a lot of spices. So if you like it. Yeah. I'm still struggling with spice.
I know.
And
I think when we were eating, I think it was just you and I that were like, it's a little spicy.
Yeah, exactly. I still have a lot of struggle for it. So I sometimes very cautious to ask, please don't do spicy, because by the end of the day, it's still spicy. So after a while, you get used to normally, but I'm still not so much.
And so what is Langkawi famous for?
Well, beach, nature, waterfall, UNESCO Park. That is our mangrove area. That is beautiful, one of the most beautiful area in the island. And people comes here to relax. They know that it's a small island. And compared to other places in Asia, still very traditional. Yeah. So you met local people, they make you feel home. Yeah. And they give you very different experience that you can have it in other places. So I believe places, they are also different depending on how locals actually treat tourists around. And here people, they are very kind and they are very friendly. They love tourists because this island has been building up in the last 35 years with tourists. So people works with them. And if you make some very nice local, the day after you've been invited in the houses to have, food, laksa or anything. So they take you around to see some of the secret spot in the island that you will never know if you are a tourist. So I think this is something that it should be highlighting about the island.
Yeah. And so if I stayed at Temple Tree, can you organize activities outside of can you organize going to the UNESCO National Park, that sort of stuff?
Yes. We do. Our front desk actually organizing a lot of different trips. The UNESCO Park is one of them. Yeah. One of the company that we normally using is Dave Adventure. Dave's has been in the island for 20 over years. They are eco-friendly and they are a great company. I did a tour with them as a main group.
Yeah.
tour with a kayak. First time
Yeah.
in my life.
Wow.
To be honest, it was not great. I didn't ride the kayak very properly, so it takes me ages to do all the tour, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I saw such a nice, beautiful places and peaceful, full of nature, a very unique type of bird, because as you know, the island have about
Yeah.
250 or 300 over different type of birds. So something that actually can attract people to come over here if you do a bird watching. There is something that in the island you can do in so many different places. As you know, the island have a lot of rice field.
Yeah.
And a lot of nature park around. So this is something that normally people likes to go to immerse yourself more in the nature side.
Because also you can, I mean, we went for a bike ride around.
Yes.
Yeah. To the kampongs. Can you explain what a kampong is and where we went in comparison?
Oh, you've been in one of my favorite places that actually is not many local actually goes, to be honest. It's kind of secret place. It's a small area. After the airport side is called Tamayon. Is an area where they got a beautiful old bridge that if you go there for sunset time is absolutely amazing because only local goes around there for fishing. Normally tourists, they don't even know that because it's inside the village area.
Yeah.
As you guys did last time, you're actually cycling on it, right?
Yeah.
But the best time is the golden hours to go. It's absolutely beautiful and stunning.
So, I mean, because that's what I found about Langkawi. I've been a couple of times, but this trip was different because we really immersed ourselves in the nature. You know, we went on a boat ride. We went cycling. So there is so much... there's so much to love about Langkawi, right? It's so small, but there's just so much to do. When is the best time to travel there?
Well, depending on what kind of weather would you like to have. Let's say now for the island is considering high season, start from December until April, because it's our dry season. So it's very hot. Today is 35 degrees.
Okay.
And it's no rain around for quite 4 or 5 months. But the island became very dry. So as a nature side, actually, you will see sometimes they suffering because you can see the grass, the trees are very yellow.
Yeah.
I will preferring to come during the start of the rainy season. Let's say May or June is also very good, where the island is completely full of greenish.
Yeah.
Because the rain actually will change in the color of the nature surrounding the island. And it's a bit more quiet. And I think if you're looking for a peaceful time, I will definitely choose the start of the rainy season instead of the dry one.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Paula here. Just popping on to tell you about a quick way you can support the show. If you love this podcast, head to the link in the show notes. Any contribution helps me keep creating episodes just for you. Plus, I'll send you a thank you email and give you a shout out in the next episode. The link is also on my website and social media, so support really does make this possible. Thank you. I totally agree with you there because the same with anywhere in Southeast Asia, people just flock to the time with high season because there isn't any rain. But I actually like the rain because it cools things down and there's some slow days in there, right? That you can just hang around at the resort or, you know, you can do stuff when it's raining anyway. So it doesn't, to me, it doesn't,
It doesn't change it so much, but it changed the way that you see the island.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when it's a dry season, we have beautiful waterfall, but they are dry. So they are not the same that when it's the rainy season that you can go and swim there and spend timing on it.
Yeah. And it's hot all the time, isn't it? So it doesn't matter if it's raining. So if I was to come there, do I need a car? Can I catch public transport? What is the best way to get around the island?
The best way to get around is definitely to hire a car or a scooter if you know how to drive. I personally, unfortunately, don't know, even after 10 years that I live here. So
You're Italian.
something in my
How
bucket
could you
list to do.
not? Yeah. How could you not know
I
how
don't
to?
know why everybody thinks so. You are Italian because everybody thinking that Italy, we grew up on a Vespa. I think so.
I know.
But
I know.
unfortunately, I didn't. So something that in my bucket list, I always say every year, okay, next year I will definitely try to ride a scooter. But scooter is very easy. It's convenient. And it gives you the freedom to drive around. We have a very good roads in the island. Or the car, that is also a very good way to travel around the island because the hot weather, right? You have air conditioning in the car. So it's quite enjoyable, especially if you are a family with kids. It's definitely something easy for you. You can hire a car for very good price and you can get a very good deal if you hire it for a few more days. We don't have public transport in the island.
Okay.
So you can use Grab, of course, but if you stay for a few days, definitely scooter give you better freedom to driving around.
Yeah. And Grab is the hire car service that they use in Southeast Asia, right?
Yeah, exactly. That is
like
very
Uber.
convenient. Yeah, exactly. So it's very convenient and everybody use it normally around the island. But we normally suggesting to our customer if they stay for a few days and they're very interested to, discover the island by themselves, having a car or a scooter is give you the freedom to do that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I prefer a car if I can or a scooter. To be honest, I've only just learned how to ride a scooter myself in October. So, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. So if I was to buy a souvenir and I didn't want to just like a magnet or a souvenir like everyone else gets, where can I go? What should I buy?
Well, the Highland have few little shops, as also not many people knows. We have complex crafts where you can buy local product, especially batik and glass. So they can actually show you how they make it as well. So it's quite interesting.
Okay.
And we have a very, very cute shop that is called Lily Pad. That is in a restaurant that is called Fat Frog. That is quite popular in the island. The shop is very small and unique, but what they did, they actually pick all local artists, binding together in a small shop where you can actually get it homemade ceramic that they are made in here in Kua by a local guy. You can get beautiful jewelry mixed by a local artist in the island. You have a very nice product that is a fresh squeezed coconut oil because we have a small coconut oil plantation in the island and then producing a coconut oil.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of little things actually. They can give you a bit of what we would say, a bit of explorer of the island side. And they all made it in the island actually. So
that's nice.
It's quite interesting to bring me home something different that is not a magnet or a t-shirt that say Langkawi. So
Oh, that's why I always like to pick the brain of a local because they always know the best souvenirs to buy, right? So I'm grateful for that. The other question I have for you, looking back to when you first arrived, is there anything you wish you had known before you got there? Any tips?
Learn how to eat spicy first. And I didn't know. So when I moved here, even worse because everybody eats sambal over spicy. So this was something interesting. I think the second was definitely, drive a scooter.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was so popular. That was make my life so easier. Because when I first came in the island, I didn't have a car. I used to cycling. Wow. That is very good.
Yeah.
But, if you want to go a bit far away, it's a bit complicated. And you don't feel very local because people looking at you that you are a bit crazy person cycling around in the hot sun. So definitely if I know that, I will learn to drive scooter when I was in Italy, possibly.
I'm guessing I guess not many locals. I don't think I saw many locals riding a bike. So I can totally understand.
Locals, they normally don't run a bike and then don't walk. If you walk on the road, they will ask you, would you like to have a lift? Because they're thinking that something happened to you. So, yeah.
So what does a local meal look like in your day? I know we talked about the dishes that we have to try, but what does a local dish look like in a normal kind of days for you?
For me, as a non-local, as a person who work almost all the entire day as an hotelier, right?
Yeah.
So my meal, they're very small and they are more into vegetarian side or have something very small. But locals for lunch, normally they like to have rice. And also they like to have as a main, they always have a meat that it can be chicken or beef or fish.
Yeah.
This is something that he's never out from the menu for lunch or for dinner either. So it's something very important for them. And they're cooking in so many different ways that they don't always have a sauce that is being very good combining with the rice. And they normally eat local vegetables like kailan, kangkong, pak choy. This is something also very common in the island. This is the main local dishes. They're always based by chicken, fish, or beef.
Okay.
These three, you can always find it all the time. And eggs as well. That is something they eat every single time, like lunch, breakfast, dinner. Is always eggs somehow, somewhere, or chicken as well. So
because they like the fried.
Very low.
They love their fried chicken and stuff too, don't they?
Oh, they love fry everything mostly. So everything is fried most of the time. So that's why I say it's something very popular. When I love to go to a night market, as you know, in Asia, they have so many night market. In the island, we have a night market that is very popular for locals, especially, but also for tourists, of course, where is the same market, but different area of the island. My favorite is Friday, today, actually. Yeah. So today is my favorite day to go to. The market is up in the north of the island. It's the same, but because in the area, they have a lot of Thai, the food that is being serving in the market is very different. It's more into Thai side. So I like to go and normally buy, like a Thai salad or mango and sticky rice or some other dishes that they are not fried chicken mostly.
Because I think people don't realize how close Thailand is to Langkawi, because you can catch a ferry to Thailand, right?
Yeah, you can actually have two ferry. One is go to Koh Lipi. That is about 45 minutes, depend on the currents of the sea. The other one is Satun, that is the mainland of south of Thailand. It's only 1 hour.
Yeah.
We are actually neighbors, so that's why in the island you can find a very good Thai food, because we have a lot of Thai lives in here.
Now I'm going to embarrass myself with my geography, but Langkawi, because it's an island, it's right up to the top of the border of the bottom of Thailand, isn't it? It's not on the side. It's at the bottom. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was at the side, but it's not. It's right at the bottom.
Yeah, right actually, if you live on the mainland, right, let's say like Kuala Perlis, Kuala Perlis is already the bottom side of Thailand. Is a border there that is called Padang Besar. That is very easy to catch the train and just cross the area.
Ah, okay. Okay, so you could literally just catch a train all the way down and then a ferry across to Langkawi if you were in Thailand. Yeah. Okay.
Or if you like it, like I do, because I'm a bit crazy, I like to take a train from Malaysia to Bangkok. There is a night train.
Wow. How many hours is that? Is it?
18 hours, 19.
Oh, wow. Do you know what? I'm crazy too, because I like that sort of stuff.
Nice. See? Very nice.
Yeah, I do. I actually like train rides, but, that's just me. Every person that arrives in a new destination and calls themselves home, there's always that wow moment. Did you have a wow moment when you arrived into Langkawi, and what was it?
I think my wow moment was the first time that I saw the sunset on Chenam Beach. And I tell you why. I grew up in a mountain.
Yeah.
And I never see the sea so much, only when I was smaller on summer vacation. Yeah. And I always have the feeling that I will love to live close to the seaside. But, I've been to vacation site to many places where you can see a sea at the sunset. But the first time that I saw the sunset at Chenam Beach, there was 2015, I think so, when I came back to the island.
Yeah.
Was absolutely amazing. I still have a picture on my phone, actually.
So that was your wow moment. I mean, there's something special about the beach, isn't there? Something special. I grew up at the beach. So for me, I just gravitate to places that have the ocean or even a river. It just has to be some sort of water for me. So is there a hidden gem or a secret spot that only locals know that tourists don't really, that you would recommend?
They have actually a lot, to be honest. Okay. So more you live here, more you start to discovering places through local side. Well, they have one that is called Secret Waterfall. Of course, it's called Secret because nobody knows. It's an area where it's very popular waterfall that people normally goes, but nobody knows that if you actually decided to adventure yourself up to the waterfall and climb up, there are actually 3 other different secret waterfall with 3 different levels side.
Oh,
So
wow.
a local person actually sent me there once because I love waterfall and I love do hiking and things. So it's a bit difficult, to be honest, to go up, very slippery, but when you arrive there, it's absolutely beautiful because it's a natural pool and it's only you, it's nobody else.
Nice.
And nobody knows.
Nice. That just sounds magical. And I guess you'd need a car to get to the waterfall to begin with, and then you go for kind of like a hike.
Yes, I will not say which waterfall because as a secret spot, I cannot say where is it. Otherwise, it's not secret anymore. So they have a very cool beach that is called Secret Beach, but because everybody talks about it, now it's not secret anymore.
It's called Non-Secret Beach.
Exactly.
So I guess you have to ask the locals when you get there exactly where this secret waterfall is. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Because this has been it's been an awesome chat because I love Langkawi. I cannot wait to go back. So is there anything else you'd like to tell anybody or any tips that you'd give?
Well, definitely visit Langkawi, but with a different eye, with a nature eye. Come and look the beauty of the island that nobody talks about it. And come and visit Temple Tree, stay with us, get different experience, immerse yourself in Malaysian culture. That food, there is nature, there is batik class, cooking class, so many things actually they can create your experience so much difference than other places that you can find in the island. But visit the island, not because it's a duty free.
Yeah. That's another thing people don't talk about.
But because it's just an amazing place. They should preserve it more and highlight it, how beautiful is the nature in the island.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, not that often they do that.
I think personally, that's exactly why I'll be going back to Langkawi for the nature, and you're right, have a look at it with a different eye and have a different experience because it's one of my favorite Malaysian destinations. And you know what, Temple Tree made it one of my favorite destinations. So yeah.
Good. That's fantastic. And then you have a friends in here, me.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's definitely for you to come back anytime.
I definitely will be. And everything that you mentioned today, including Temple Tree, I will be putting in the show notes so that people can click on and find all the information for themselves.
Okay, thank you.
I've also written an article all about Temple Tree, so can click onto that and find out my experience because I just absolutely loved it. So, yeah, thank you, Irene, so much. It's been lovely catching up with you. And we will catch up soon. I'm sure of it. So,
okay. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for joining me on the Truly Expat Travel podcast. If you liked this episode and you found it valuable, then why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode moving forward. I've got some amazing guests and some fantastic destinations coming up. But if this is the episode and this is the destination that you really want to go to, then I suggest you head over to trulyexpattravel.com where you'll find travel guides and deep dive into this sort of destination. If that's not what you want and you can't find an episode that is a destination you want to travel to, then head over and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok because I'm pretty sure you'll find something there. In the meantime, safe travels, and I'll see you next week.